Hello and welcome to FFTL Inspired. If you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Esther, and if you're not, thank you for coming back to the channel. So I put up a post earlier in the week about video suggestions from you guys, and the highest voted topic is about my US visa interview experience. So today I'll be spilling all the teas about my US visa interview. If you didn't know, I just concluded my master's degree program here in the United States, and I have a vlog on my graduation that you can find here on my channel. So check the description box below and ensure that you watch that. Let's go into the content for today. So my story and the tips. I just want to give you a general overview of studying in the United States. So to study in the United States, you need either of two categories of visa. You need either the F category visa or the M category visa. You would need the F category visa if you're looking to study in any educational institution like high school, colleges, universities, seminaries, and the likes. However, if you're looking to study in the vocational institution, you will need M category visa. For the F category visa, you would need to have obtained an admission from an SEVP approved school. SEVP is Students and Exchange Visa Program. So you should ensure that the school you're applying to is approved under this program. After obtaining your admission, you will then need to pay a service fee, after which you will be able to apply for your DS-160, which is your main visa application, to attend an interview at the US consulate in your local home country. You should know that with your F category visa, you can bring in your spouse, who then becomes your dependent and therefore holds an F2 non-immigrant status in the United States, which you as a primary applicant being the F1 status holder. So after obtaining your admission, you need to get your I-20 from your school. Your service number will be indicated on your I-20. You need to pay for that as well. I'll leave the links to this website in the description box below for easy reference. So after you pay for your service fee, you then need to book your visa interview on the US website as well. To fill your application online, I would recommend that you do that yourself. This is to ensure that there is no mistake in your name or any of your personal details, because this is very important, and I would say that your visa interview starts from you filling your online application. Ensure that there is no error. For your visa interview, I recommend that you go very early. So if your visa interview is for 7 a.m., you should probably be there by 6 a.m. because you are not the only one that needs to get interviewed. And you should know that as a student, when you go for your interview, it's not only students that will be there. A lot of people are coming for different categories of visa, so you should go.
So a quick checklist of the documents you require to bring. Number 1 is your I-20 document. Number 2 is your international passport, because that is your proof of identity. Number 3, your admission letter. Number 4, your transcript. Number 5 is your visa interview confirmation page. Without that, you might not be allowed in for your interview. So print that out and go along with it. Other documents that you should take along with you, your IELTS or GRE score. If you have written that, take your resume. I would advise that you take your resume along with you. I had that in my own case. You might be asked, you might not be asked, but it's better to have that with you. Have your proof of support. That is a very, very important document. Have your pay slip. Yes. Have other certificates as well. Whatever document that is relevant to your case, every other important document that is relevant to your case that you can think of, go along with them. If they don't ask you, it is fine. Unlike them asking you and you don't have it. And you should know that when going for your visa interview, you would not be allowed to go in with your bag. You either have to have a clear bag that has just your documents. Yes. So get that. You will also not be allowed to go in with your phone. So keep that out. Keep it at home, or you keep it in your car if you're driving. So for my interview, I had my interview back in Lagos in 2019. That was in the days of collecting reciprocity fee, which I didn't have because I was not informed before I went for my interview. So I had to rush to the ATM that day when I got to the embassy to withdraw $40,500. I said dollars. To withdraw 40,500 naira. I think you either have to pay it in naira or in dollars. The exchange rate then was like 370, but you needed to have the cash before you could be allowed in. So going through all of that process, eventually I was in front of a consulate officer, and the first question he asked me why are you going to the United States? Every consulate officer believes that all non-immigrants have the intention of immigration. So when you're not able to prove that that is not your intention, you are given a refusal under section 214B, which is the most common type of rejection people get. And so as much as possible, for every story you're telling, ensure that you are proving this intention of study. Why are you going to the United States? I answered, I am going to study for my master's degree program in computer information systems at the Prairie View A&M University. With my answer, I had already given him pointers to a lot of things. Number one, the course I was going to study for. Number two, the school I was going to. So don't give a lazy answer. I could have just said, I'm going to study. That is not an answer. What are you going to study? Where are you going to study it? So you need to answer those questions. I did not give him something that he didn't need. I had given him just answers that we not want to know. So tip about answering your questions, give relevant answers that they want to know. Don't give answers that they've not asked you questions to. So don't oversay things and don't undersay things. And so the next question he asked me, how many schools did you apply to? I told him I applied to 3 schools and I mentioned the names of the school. I gave the names of the school, and the next thing he asked, why computer information systems and Prairie View A&M University? You get, so I told him that my school had a rich curriculum in this course based on this. I gave him facts about the school. And then I also told him that I had gone ahead to relate with one of the lecturers. I gave the name of the professor whose research focus aligns with my own area of interest. And I went further to explain that my mentor at work recommended this school to me because he had attended the school some years back. I told him that based on the role I was performing at work at that time, that degree, that course would help me to advance in so ways like this. So in that case, I was already giving him an impression of my intention after study. Like, okay, I want to come back to work in this organization at this level. And I was not oversaying things. The way I was answering, I was giving concise answer, because you should know that your interview is very short. That's one of the reasons why you should prepare, so that at that point you are not stammering, you are not stuttering to give your answer. I know it's easy to get nervous when you arrive there, which was the same thing in my case, especially seeing students also being rejected on the spot, right where I was still on the key. That kind of thing can easily affect your composure. So, but you want to put yourself in the right frame of mind. So as much as possible, prepare. So in my own case, I had prepared. I had a list of questions that I had treated, different questions that I expected could be asked. I had prepared, and I had my personal answers to all of those questions, because you don't want to prepare with online answers that are not relevant to your case. You can find questions online. And by the way, if you want me to discuss some of these questions that I used during my interview, I can share that in another video. Let me know in the comment section. So I had my questions and my answers, and for me that helped me to be relaxed. So refuse to listen to the negativity inside of you or that you've heard from anywhere else. Visas might be hard to come by, might be hard to get or whatever, but you should know that your own case is different. So that is a mindset you should operate with as you go for your interview and as you speak to the visa officers. And I should also say, in terms of dressing at this point, please don't overdress. See, for a visa interview, it is not a job interview. Unlike, when we go for a job interview where everything corporate, you are going to be a student, so you should probably dress smart casual, except you want to, like, okay, let's say you're a banker or something, and it's written so clearly on your form that you're a banker or something. But I would just recommend that you reflect who you are when you go for your interview. I'm not saying you should not dress well, but don't overdo it. So the next thing he asked was my sponsor. Who is my sponsor? And I told him my sponsor, and he asked, what does my sponsor do? I told him what my sponsor does. He said, why is he sponsoring you? I told him. So he asked to see my proof of support, which was like my bank statement. So I presented my bank statement to him. That's my own personal bank statement. Then he asked to see my sponsor's bank statement. So sometimes your proof of support might be in 2 forms, which is better recommended. Show that you're responsible and you're also committed to this program. Especially if you have been working for some years, you need to have some of your proof of support in your own name to show that, okay, you probably had this thing in mind and you have been saving towards it. It shows responsibility. So I had some some in my name, and I had some in my sponsor's name. So I gave him my own bank statement. He requested to see my sponsor's bank statement. I brought out my documents, and I realized that I didn't have my sponsor's bank statements. So don't be like me, guys. Ensure that you have all your documents, have a checklist of all your documents, and ensure that you have everything. So I told him that I didn't have my sponsor's documents. So he said, sorry, we would have to place you on administrative processing pending when we can make a final conclusion on your case. Like, I don't understand. Can you explain a final conclusion? I had been refused, guys, but I didn't even realize it. I had been refused. I did not know. So I told him I didn't understand what it meant, and so he gave me a white document. I read the white document. He had ticked off some things, and what they wanted me to do was submit my bank statement at a DHL address in Victoria Island. So I left. The following day, I went to submit the documents at the DHL office. And I think it was 2 days after then, I got an email first thing in the morning, which I am going to read to you. That's my name. We write to inform you that the administrative processing for your case is complete, and the next step in your application is to return to the US consulate any day, Monday through Thursday, blah, 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 to pay the reciprocity fee and drop off your passport for visa issuance. So I went to the consulate to drop off my passport as requested. I paid reciprocity fee on that day, and after about 2 weeks, I went back to pick up my passport with my visa stamp. Based on my experience and also experiences of other people that I've interacted with, here are some tips I want to offer to you. Number one is for you to apply to your school early. So if you're denied, you can always reapply again, and you can reapply immediately. Don't wait. If you have the money, put in another application and put in your best. The fact that you're denied once does not mean you'll be denied again. Your first interview is your best shot, so give it the best. The second tip I have for you is to prepare very well. Prepare, like I've said it before. Talk to people that you know that have gone through the same process, that have gotten their visas approved. Ask them some of the questions they will have. Also ask for tips from them. What were the things that they did right, that they felt that they did wrong, all of those things. Some people have had more than one visa interview experience. You can even do some personal one-on-one interview with people that have gone through the same experience to prepare yourself, because when you go for the interview, you want to be as natural as possible, be in your natural frame of mind. You can also watch YouTube videos like this. There are lots of YouTube videos online about people who have shared their experience. You can learn one or two things from the questions, and you will also see that some of the questions that are asked are similar. So like I also mentioned earlier, ensure that you prepare your own answers to these questions. So I have for you is to do your research. Do your research about the school, because you want to be able to mention the name of the school. You want to at least mention the name of one lecturer or two people in the school. Do your research, know some things about the school, because imagine them asking why the name of the school and you're not able to say something about the school. So do your research, know the school, know the course you are going for. That is why I also encourage that you fill your visa application by yourself. You also know that consulate officers at that point have the final verdict on your case. So you want to make a good impression. Make good impression in terms of your body language, in terms of your speech, in terms of your composure. Make a good impression. Well, it's for you to put God in this situation. You cannot subtract God from this pursuit, because the person you are going to talk to, you need favor in the sight of that person. If you are interviewing for the first time, you should know that that is your best shot. Because if you are going in for the second or third, they're already wondering, oh, so why did this person get rejected the first time or something? But going in for the first time, you're going in on a fresh slate. It doesn't mean that if you get refused, you cannot apply again. It doesn't stop. People have been refused several times and they eventually got it. So don't be discouraged by that. Sure that the answers that you have, they are relevant to your case, because the moment you're talking, the visa officer is confirming a lot of things that you're saying. Don't forget, number one, you filled your visa application, so they have your details already. So you cannot tell a lie at that point. You cannot even lie. It's not recommended to lie. So just say the truth of what you know. Say it, and say it in your natural tone. That's it for me for now. I hope that you have enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, send me an email. My email will be in the description box, or you can leave your comment down in the comment section and I'll respond to it. Yes, so I wish you all the best, and I pray that the favor of God goes ahead of you as you go for your visa interview. I'll see you in my next one. Remember that God loves you and I love you too. Take care of yourself. Bye.